Good people, Kai Storm in the building.
Damn, Rude, try not to be so fine next time, girl. Just turn it down a little bit. Bitch.
Turn up.
In the motherfucking building. Yes.
That, I know you all have this podcast, the Marijuana, Sex, and Motherhood, Sex, and Marijuana. I hope that you all are experiencing the most out of your sexual life as you can. Don't wait for somebody special. If you gotta fuck now, just fuck. Get that nut. Word. It makes you happier. You don't need love to have great sex. You just need to love yourself.
Talks about the judgment of
You're damn right my hard-working ass is going to buy another eighth.
You damn right. I need to smoke in order not to kill your ass.
For real.
You know what I'm saying? Plus, my pum-pum gets extra wet when I'm high.
Yes!
Exclusive.
Let's get it. I need it.
For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. Plans to prosper you and not to harm you. Plans to give you a hope and a future. Who is you? For make me believe otherwise. You couldn't stop what God create. A greatness running on my blood. Hello?
That's indeed. That's indeed. Kai Storm in the building. Motherhood, Sex, Marijuana in the building. EENY in the building. Yes, give a shout out all the way through. Episode 14. Papa Dukes, let's get it. All right.
Hello, can you hear me?
Oh, okay. Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me? You can't hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, shit. What's going on?
Hold on for a minute. Let me make sure I'm good, but you can hear me, right?
Definitely. But you can't hear me.
I still can't hear you, but hold on for a minute.
Okay. Okay.
Hold on, love. Hold on. Let's figure it out together.
Yeah, let's do that.
Okay.
Wait.
Let's figure this out. Why can't I hear you?
Yeah, I don't get.
Hold on for a minute. But you can hear me.
Definitely.
Okay, but I can't hear you.
Oh no, that's not good. Hold on a second.
All right. Your audio.
My audio.
When you hit your audio, the arrow.
Can you hear me better now?
What does it say under microphone? So when you go to audio on Zoom and you see the little arrow, you scroll on that, it gives you a list.
Okay.
What do you have under your selected microphone?
Well, it's so that I don't understand. That don't make sense to me.
I still can't hear you.
That don't make sense to me. That audio.
Oh, wait. Hold on. Hold on. Yeah, I still can't hear you.
For real?
Oh, God damn it.
Can you hear me now? Can you hear me now?
I still can't hear you.
That makes no sense.
Oh, wait.
Let me find out. We having a whole bunch of audio problems.
There we go. I got you.
You can hear me now?
So what it was is technology. It's not my fault. So I got two headphones, right?
Uh-huh.
So I thought, I can't hear you. I thought it was these headphones that are
Right,
plugged
right,
in.
right.
Oh, hell no. I see my Bluetooth. Way the fuck over here. It's on. But then I still can't hear you. Oh, it's still connected to the phone. So it's like, I got you, right? You good? Okay.
Yes, yes, yes. We can
All
hear
right.
each other clearly now.
Oh my Lord. I know it's always my end. It's never anyone else's end. So
Oh
how
my goodness.
how are you?
How you doing? Yes, indeed. Let's get the show started. Motherhood, sex, marijuana, in the motherfucking building. Yes, and
Uh
we have a special guest in the building. Yes, Papa Duke's in the building from the. Wait. Let me go ahead and let you introduce yourself, because before I
no,
even
no worries.
try to read them little letters, oh, you gonna put it on the screen, child? Nice indeed. Yes, indeed. The OG. Yeah, I can't read them little
You still
letters.
can't realize? Yeah, yeah.
No,
It's the
I can't see
OGs.
them little letters, but
It's the
go ahead
it's
and
the
introduce yourself. Fuck it. Don't even let me do it.
uh,
Let me just be quiet.
well, this is I'm Papa Dukes Serrano. I live in the Bronx. I'm the OG Social Network podcast. We just finished our first official season, and October 15th, everyone will see the remaining videos. Which we're starting our second season of interviews. Probably not until January. And getting all those interviews in for our second season, which kicks off in April.
Mm,
So yeah. So I've been blessed to do this now. I had a great team, great help from Fame Neal and Rachelle Sanchez. They helped me get all this together. Exhale Social Pro and have they've moved on now, but now I'm able to do this until I get another team to help me continue, because this shit's a lot of work.
man.
But I get high every day. Have I have interviews. We just came back from upstate. Revelry was a couple where we met was a couple of weeks
Mhm.
ago. We were supposed to do NECAN in Rochester. That was canceled, but I was able to go to 3 cultivation farms and a chocolate processing facility.
Nice.
Yesterday was Sanctuary Gardens grand opening, and today they're still celebrating, I believe. So definitely go down there, go to 98th, 97th, 98th Street, Broadway. You can check out Sanctuary Garden there. That's Dayron Hudson's new dispensary.
Okay.
But I'm just out here, promoting my patrons, my saints, people that help me. Big shout out to Sohan of Silk Road, David Serrano of Cannabis Workforce Initiative.
Mm.
These are people out there on the opposite ends of this whole cannabis industry, this sphere, from education to business. And then, yeah, it's been great. I had a great time at Revelry, got a lot of content. I'm going to Hall of Flowers next month. So
Okay.
I just found out I got press passes for that.
Okay. And
Yeah.
where is that at?
It's actually at the same space, Pier 36.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. It'll be another industry event, I believe. It's a 2-day event on the 8th and 9th. And we're able to, the podcast will be there to, again, promote and interview and meet people and discuss, what's going on. I want to give a big thank you to Zoe Welder. I hope I'm pronouncing her name right. It's either Wilder
Yeah.
or Wilder.
Yeah, I
She-
can't remember her last name, but I
yeah,
know
it's
Zoe
Wilder.
from Revelry. Yes,
Yeah.
shout out to her from us too, because
Yeah.
she gave me a creative pass last year and this year to
Yeah.
get Revelry. You know what I mean? And I definitely had I could say, I mean, both times were great for me. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I feel like this year they stepped it up a notch and with all the vendors that they had on the inside.
Oh, yeah.
Because last year it was just like a few vendors and they were all outside, but the inside area just surprised the hell out of me. So it was definitely a great event, and I definitely want to hear more about that event you're going to next month. I mean, shoot, I'd like to get a press pass to go to that too.
Hall of Flowers, again, that's a new organization to me. I'll send you the information. And that's a new to me. From what I understand, they're an out-of-state organization that's coming into New York that is, they're doing the same thing. But what we all need to understand is that Lulu Sue, Peter Mercado, and Lulu Sue and Sean. I can never get Sean's last name. They co-founded it. And I hope I hope it's Sean, because I keep hearing a Sean. And please forgive me, Lulu and Zoe. But Peter Mercado, all those people have made the Revelry in Hudson in New York, they're standard now. They're standard twice a year, go up to Hudson in the summer, late spring, and then early, late spring, and then in the summer, go right to New York. And I think that's perfect. The way they have it held up. Even if it was raining, they would still have people come out, I will say, it was beautiful at Pier 30. The only complaint I had was it was hot as fuck in there. It did get a little funky. That's the only thing. It was getting a little tight. So, and but it was a beautiful event, great speakers, and people I definitely want to meet and have on the show. But I don't bother people like that when I'm there, and which is weird. That's the time when I'm supposed to do it. So that's the time I'm supposed to do it. But I tend to be a little bit shy, so which is really fucked up.
Give me 1 second. Give me
Go
one
right
second.
ahead. Go right ahead.
Oh, sorry, people. We had to take a a break to open the door real quick, because of course people don't know that I'm currently at the workplace, and that's why we recording at the workplace. Because had I had waited till I get home and dealt with husband and children and all of that, no, this would be late, and we don't have time for that. We're doing this here so we can get it done. Yes, indeed. And yes, thank you for smoking. Yes, Motherhood Sex Marijuana is definitely a podcast that we smoke on, but I just can't smoke now because I'm at the, what I'm saying.
No,
Anyway.
no, I think I wherever I'm at, it's going to be a 420 space, safe space for me to smoke while we're doing the podcast. Tomorrow I'm going to be doing a live with Sohan Bashar, just to talk with him, because we've been rescheduling, and Sohan and I did damn near a 4-hour podcast about a year ago. So, but when I saw it, it was like we were so stoned, it was funny, but we really talking some heavy shit.
Oh yeah.
But it's again, Revelry was amazing, and I'm about to cover Hall of Flowers. Then the next one after that is going to be MJ Biz in Las Vegas, and then I'm going to Europe to take a 30-day break. So
nice. That's wonderful. And breaks are important. Absolutely.
Definitely.
it actually sounds like you know you're definitely heavy in the cannabis space. So I'd like to hear, how did you get started? Like what was your first foot in?
In New York City or just
In just in the
starting?
cannabis space, period. Like how did you decide to now become a podcaster? Like what was your journey?
Okay, yeah. Well, it really started when we became legal in 2022,
Mm-hmm.
and I was tripping on mushrooms, and I started like doing a lot of edibles. I mean, making and creating edibles. So I'm really good at making chocolate chip cookies and brownies because I have this thing about how the chocolate chips and cookies and the brownie mix should be and da da da. So I'm really
Oh
get
man, you're
crazy.
talking my language. Lord. Okay, go ahead.
So I was introduced to like concentrates. I didn't know about concentrates. I knew about can of butter like that, but and tinctures, but I really didn't know about like Rick Simpson oil concentrates. A friend of
Mm,
mine gave me one, a 10,000 milligram syringe.
Jesus.
Actually, and what happened was we were hosting an event and he left it at an event. And I got it. He never fucking came to pick it up for like 3 months. I finally called him out on it. He's like, nigga, you haven't used that yet? Keep it. I don't want it. So
Hello.
that was like at the time, I'd say about $15,000 worth of Rick Simpson oil. It was really a lot, and it was really potent.
It sounds like
So
it.
I started making edibles. I started going to events, and I started meeting people. Everything is about networking.
Totally.
So the unique thing about the internet is that you literally can network from home. You don't have to leave your home. So, but in this case, I'm old school. Went all to all this stash house parties, the underground legacy events.
Mm,
I'm selling these cookies. I'm doing this, and I made the mistake of stop doing it and doing events instead. And it was a stupid reason. I just got tired of cleaning the kitchen. I mean, it's fucking a lot of work.
that sounds like such a man excuse. Like,
It,
no, I
no,
so
you don't know
cleaning.
when you're doing that, it's like you better clean as you go. Come on now.
Yes,
You gotta clean it.
that is the
Or
rule. That is the
or
rule that my
or
mama taught me.
right. So and it was just overwhelming because I was really getting in. I had one order. I told this lady I do not bake cakes. And apparently a cake maker didn't come through and it was too late too soon. But what I did was create a beautiful presentation of edibles I made, right? And was it
Mhm.
and one beautiful one of my best brownie, I believe, made ever because she said he loved chocolate fudge walnut brownies. That's
Oh
his
man,
favorite
that's so
thing. So
good.
once she said that, I was like, bet I got you. So I
Mm,
make it was just thank God it was a small party, about 50 people. They
okay.
had more than enough edibles. They had nerd ropes, chocolate chip cookies, three variety kind, chocolate chip walnut, chocolate chip pecan, and the walnuts and the pecans were roasted and brown sugar cinnamon,
Oh,
like
that's funny.
right? And then I got so high, I had made this brown sugar like syrup, white, I don't know what the hell it was, and that's another reason why I should write everything down. And I glazed the chocolate chip cookies and then let them sit in the refrigerator for a day. Just let them sit and then packaged them. And they looked amazing. So, and they were huge chocolate chips, like the chunk ones, not the,
Right, right,
the,
right,
the
right, right.
fucking chunky chunk chicks. So,
Mm,
and I made chocolate bars. That was another thing. I was really good at making chocolate bars, infused chocolates. So it gave me this thing that I could do anything, and then started doing events. which half of them failed. Okay, or not that many. It really was. I've hosted many an event in this city, like well over 100. A lot of underground events, a couple of burlesque, a couple of comedy, but a lot of weed events. And also the Cannon Farms tour, the New York State Cannon Farms tour, which we had to cancel this year because low turnout. So, I mean, I had all the farms ready to go, but nobody's coming because nobody has the money, and nobody's spending it. And so I had to like, Buck, this is gonna hurt. So that's okay. We're getting ready for next year. I still have all the participating farms for next year. And the industry is growing. We've surpassed our sales from last year to this year in cannabis industry. We're going to hit 2 billion. But how can I say it? I got in it, especially through the podcast. Because I was a guest on a podcast show, and it was hilarious. And I don't remember the guy. That's how early it was,
Yeah.
But we did one, and it was on YouTube, and I know it's in my history, but it was like, how everybody was talking about relationships.
Yes.
And how and I'm looking at these young fools, and this other OG lady and a couple were there, and we all were guests, and we're just sitting there looking at these kids, and they're like 40, but I'm 61, so if I got 2 decades on you, I don't give a fuck.
Oh my goodness, you're 61. See that? Hello, an example of black don't crack.
Yeah.
Hello.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you.
Baby, you do not give 61.
Thank you. I mean, well, I'll tell you the secret, at the end of the show. So, how to stay young. But we're sitting there listening to these other people, who had very deep insights about relationships, which I thought was, all right, we're growing, we're evolving as a human race. But a lot of it was too, what really ruined it, I think, for us was Janet Jackson's fucking 1984 album, What Have You Done For Me Lately, that album, that fucking, and then all of a sudden, this is like the late 80s, early 90s, this men are supposed to do everything. You see, men are supposed to, I'm the blah, blah, blah. This started. And that actually, my life is, hold on for a minute, okay? Just hold on for 2 seconds.
No, go ahead. No, go ahead, because that definitely is an interesting, look on it when you point it back all the way back to Janet Jackson and What Have You Done With Her? Because I remember when that's like around that time, and that was like with TLC, No Scrubs. It was just a lot of women empowerment and
which actually turned into a time of emasculation for a lot of men as well. Yes. It gave women a false sense of power and emasculated their men, which was like a double shot to our community. Exactly. And even the artists, after years of performing it, realized, holy fuck, we really were the scrubs, or we didn't really deliver that message. When you look back on our music history, you see this ebb and flow of oppression, sadness, pain, but always a higher power that we get out of. We just have this strength and happiness within us, even through sheer misery. And what I wanted to say, I told my mom the other day, because we had both just finished watching Forrest Gump. This is how close my mom and I are.
Oh, damn, right? Okay.
right? Wait a minute. This is right.
Oh yes,
This is
definitely.
how close my mom and I are. That we were watching Forrest Gump at the time. We didn't even know we were watching it together. So she lives in Shreveport, and I'm here.
Oh,
So
okay.
I got off the phone and realized, oh dear God, I think I'm a Forrest Gump because I really did avoid, or was the spirits pushed me or whatever out of the way.
Mhm.
Okay. So to avoid some major disaster in my life. And I
Right.
called up my mom and told her, and I said, yeah, I just finished watching Forrest Gump. And she says, when? I said, like maybe an hour ago. I said, so did I. What the fuck? I said, Mom, I think I have a Forrest Gump life because one, you remember, I don't know, I'm not presuming how old you are, by the way. Okay. So,
I'm
uh,
53. I have no shame.
okay, that's beautiful. That's beautiful. So, see, when you were 53, all right, so that's 8 years. So you were like 13, 14 when the AIDS epidemic was
Yes.
going nuts, right?
Mhm.
So dating for me at that time, you in middle school. See, I'm
Mhm.
already an adult. So
Yes.
dating for me at that time was null and void,
Mhm.
right? Because one, the women I was meeting, um, you know, they were either fucking Christian women on the far right, conservative, or very loose women on the
Mhm.
left. And then,
Mhm.
and that's me. That's me, my life. I'm
Right.
not saying my life, people, not you guys.
Exactly.
It just
Exactly.
happens. That's how it was.
Mhm.
So I did not date in my 20s. I did not date. I mean, I really didn't do or have relationships. So I got to see a lot of what a lot of other people were going through and going to bed every night like, yes, I don't have to go through this shit, right? So 1996, I moved back up to New York, and all of a sudden it's spring, it's beautiful. We just got out of a heavy cold winter, and I'm walking around with all these emotions, looking at all, well, when I look at a kid or look at a baby in a stroller or whatever, I'm fucking drowning in my dreams, waking up in cold sweats. Call my mom, what's up? And she's like, oh, it's time for you to have a baby. And I'm like, well, I can't
Mhm.
have kids. No, no, Michael, it's time for you to go and get a woman pregnant. Oh, okay. So, that's the kind of conversations my mom and I have.
Uh-huh.
So I met my ex. Like, the universe does this. You manifest, and you got to really be persistent.
Basically.
You got to be persistent in this. You can't just be like
Mhm.
chopping it. You got to manifest all your life,
Word.
every day,
Facts.
every day. So next thing you know, I met her, and I met her in October. She was pregnant in December. We were married by February.
Mm.
And my firstborn was September 1997. She's 28 years old today with my
Wow.
4-year-old grandson. So I'm blessed. And then I have an 18-year-old. And that 18-year-old, I have a yin and yang in daughters,
Mm.
right? But we talking bitches. My oldest is a beast. Like, she beats the life out of you first, then we'll ask the question.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
Whereas you fuck with my youngest, she will psychologically leave you scarred in one way or another. So she's one I don't even fuck with.
Oh,
Like,
damn.
I had to send that text, like, she's the one where you send a text, oh, honey, I love you, but I can't do that right now. Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
I can't send that. Don't fuck with me. Please, God help.
Right, 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 right. You gotta
With
be
my
extra nice. You
Right,
gotta
with
count
my
your
old no,
words.
no, I have to be that way because that bitch will do something. All right, every one day I walk up there, there's a fucking dead chicken hanging from my door, some shit. I don't know, Whereas my
And I guess
oldest,
nobody's safe, not even daddy.
no. Whereas my oldest, I could be blunt,
Mhm.
but I could be blunt with both of them. I just gave my ex-wife a compliment like 2 months ago because I'm hanging out with some family that have 2 girls.
Mhm.
And these some spoiled fucking little motherfuckers. Okay, I love them.
Man.
I love them. I love them. Not even gonna give you a name. Not gonna tell you who they are, but I'm hanging out with some friends.
Mhm.
And these 2 little monsters, and I'm like, yo, if my daughters acted this way, I don't think I'd be a grandfather because they'd be dead. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? But my ex-wife raised like she was your abuela.
Mm.
You
Mhm.
understand? I'm like, oh,
Oh yeah, totally.
you deep old school. Okay. She's Haitian.
Man, listen.
She's
Man,
Haitian.
listen.
Where are
First
you
of all,
from?
I was born in Panama. I've lived in New York damn near all my life. I actually got to meet my podcast partner Ruby. She's not here because she has some other things that she had to handle. But I met her when I lived in Seattle. I actually lived in Seattle for about 7 years,
Right.
and moved back because Lord have mercy.
What was that like?
Oh my God, I'm gonna tell you right now that Seattle is perfect for, if you're a person that's retiring and you have your bank account settled, and you want to
Oh,
live in,
it's like any other city.
you know what
Okay,
I'm saying?
go
You want to
ahead.
live in a quiet neighborhood that your neighbors ain't really doing much or nothing. And you want to be able to walk to the dispensary at 11 o'clock at night or at 8 o'clock in the morning? Yes, definitely Seattle is a perfect place. Now, if you black and you black, and you like black things, and you very black, yeah, cultured, you know what I'm saying? That will definitely harass you in Seattle, because you'll meet people that look like you, but as soon as you talk to them, you'll realize they are not like us. Like
No,
Kendrick Lamar,
no,
they are not like us.
no,
And
because yeah, go ahead.
and then
Go
the
ahead.
thing is that, because again, coming from a city mentality and going into a place like that, because yes, it appears like it's a big city, but it's very much little townish. It looks
Oh
great, but
no, look,
everything
first
is
off,
little town mentality.
there's only 3 major cities in
Mm,
this: New York, Chicago, LA,
mm-hmm.
right?
And then everything else is just everything
Everything
else.
else is just everything else. If your city closes at 9 o'clock, you're not a city, you're a town.
And that was the
Right,
main thing I used to argue about that over there,
right.
because people
Because
would
we went
tell me
up,
that, oh, this town is a big town. I'd be like, but y'all only got 11,000 people here. This can't. What you mean big?
yeah. It's just
My
nothing.
neighborhood in Brooklyn big.
My, we got 11,000 people in this one block radius,
Hello,
Have you
hello.
ever been to Co-op City? You know,
Exactly.
um, but like, we went up to Buffalo and Niagara Falls area. We were immediately told, you better get your food on by 8 o'clock because these motherfuckers shuts
Mhm.
down. I'm like, fuck. And I don't eat processed food. So, it's all good to have that small town feel as well, and
Mhm.
safe. Like I want to move up to the Hudson Valley.
Mhm.
So I got to, when I was 22, I was going through my little, what am I supposed to do with my life? And I made a little money off a little job I had over the previous summer, previous
Mhm.
year, and I had a choice of either staying in this shithole I was in or just go.
Mhm.
So I said, fuck it. And I had uh, just finished the Army Reserves, and was able to, for a summer, go and travel around the country. But
Mhm.
I hitchhiked, you
Oh,
see.
okay.
Yeah. So I was warned about sundown towns. Don't ever tell them you're black. Because I look at me. I mean, I can either be a very dark Italian, Mediterranean, all the way to
Indeed.
whatever. And you see how I talk. So
Right.
immediately, right? So at first, motherfuckers thought I was a European
Uh-huh.
that speaks good English. And um, my story was to save myself because I was stopped a couple of times. What are you doing here, nigger? And it would be like, nigger? What are you talking about, sir? And they're like, oh, I'm sorry. Where are you from? Well, every trucker told me, just tell them you're from a native reservation. Especially when you get out west, they don't fuck with the Indians too much out there. They don't fuck with the Indians, right? So I said, no, I can't do that because if I did it and said it to the wrong person, they'd be like, oh yeah, which tribe? Blah, blah, blah. So
Right. You got to have some research with those answers.
I'm from New York. That's it. I'm from New York, and I met 99% of the people I met, good people. All right. I had the rides I had. I worked at a diner in Montana for 2 weeks because there were two Jewish brothers who had retired out there, and they had a diner on the main highway. And in Montana, I gotta remember this shit. It's too bad we didn't have social media back then.
Yeah, right.
No, not really. No.
I was about to say, as soon as I said, yeah, right, I was like, wait a minute now. Nah,
Side note.
Because if
I
your
told
mama could track you like how you track the children, you probably wouldn't be alive right now. So I suggest, you pull that answer a little bit backwards. Pull it back.
Yeah, I will pull it back. Yeah, I think we did. I'm so glad because there's some shit. But I got to meet the beautiful people, and I was there for 2 weeks. And the only reason why I got the job was because everywhere I went, I always had weed. Always. If I run out of weed, I guarantee you within 3 hours I'll have weed.
Nice.
No matter the situation, I will have weed.
And see, that's the beautiful thing about the plant. The plant brings everybody together. Like I say that all the time when like I go out to different events or if like, I'm hanging out socially with like my husband or friends and whatnot. I always say that anytime it's a party and cannabis is involved, everybody's chilling. There's nobody looking to fight, nobody bumping into each other, talking about you stepped on my foot, what's good? Nobody is doing any of that. Everybody is on chill. We want to smoke. We want to eat a little something. If there's some munchies being sold around here, and we damn sure want to go home and definitely smoke some more when we get home. You know what I'm saying? It's only when it's alcohol involved, when when that entity, especially certain alcohols, Hennessy, Patron, and the ones that all these people like. Man, listen, there's been plenty of times I've been in a situation where I see liquor involved, and I'm like, okay, yeah, there's going to be a situation here, and then before you know it, it's a situation. It's a person too drunk to even know themselves, and you know what I mean? And everybody's just around staring at the situation like, why the hell am I here amongst these people, amongst this foolishness? So I always have a good time when it comes to marijuana and it comes to marijuana space and whatnot. You know what I mean? Nobody's there to fight. You know what I mean? So
I don't allow alcohol at my events. It's only mocktails. I have been, if I really counted all the parties I had in my life, I was your guy as a teenager. If we were teenagers hanging out, you knew you were coming to my house. It was a safe space. It was safe. The word safe space was popular before. You know what I'm saying? Like we
right,
knew all
exactly.
And if I had weed, and sometimes I had a little beer, but I really created this sangria that I always had at my
Mm-hmm.
parties. That was very light, refreshing, hydrating, and motherfuckers felt great. I mean, I had people come up to me like, yo, it feels good to wake up the next day without a hangover,
Definitely.
right? So,
Absolutely.
and that was in my 20s. So, I was always conscious about the safety and well-being about people that were hanging out with me for some reason. So, um, it's kind of weird because, during that little life trek I was doing, again, I met so many beautiful people.
Mm.
And marijuana really was the key because uh, you know, I remember two truck drivers I know were fucking hardcore rednecks, fucking
Mhm.
straight up. No, I don't even want to say redneck, because rednecks are good people, but I know they were hardcore white supremacists.
Right.
But I guess they were in a good mood, or once they got to talk to me, I'm not going to kill this nigger. I don't know. But I
Mm.
never gave them the impression anyway, because of what the first truck driver always kept in my head. And he was a Polish guy. I remember that because we talked about Krakow. I had just finished reading James Michener's Poland,
Mm.
you see, so that connection as well. And he got me all the way to Chicago and it was like a day and a half ride with him, and he gave me all the fuck what to do. And I had happened to wound up in a sundown town.
Mm.
And but I had my ID, boom, 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 and they figure, oh, you're from Europe because of my last name. I'm like, no, I'm from here. But
Right.
I had to tell them my family are Italian,
Yeah.
not Puerto Rican, right?
Right.
So they're Italian. So I had to play that fucking shit. Because I was kind of fearful, like I do want to do this. I want to get back home, right? Because
I
I'm
mean,
going
the name of the game is survival of the fittest, and
right.
those, and everything happens for a reason. You definitely met some people that gave you, some, things, some strategies in order to get
Yeah.
around such insanities and crazy people dealing with fuck shit. Because my thing is that you hate black people, but black people is living in your head. We don't care about y'all, but you hate us and be thinking about us all the time. You
Check
want
this
to
out.
be us. You do
Right.
everything to want to be us, but you
Yeah,
hate us.
and
Okay.
it's amazing because
Okay.
Joy Reid, you know who Joy Reid is, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
She's former MSNBC correspondent.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and she has her own podcast now.
Yes.
And and that you see with Mehdi uh uh of Zateo, all of these news anchors are now saying, you know what, fuck you, I'm gonna go start my own shit. And they're doing it,
Because at the end of the
right?
day,
But
it's about being able to express yourself honestly, and
right,
instead of being under the fucking authorization of said business. If you willing to represent A, B, and C, and I don't give a fuck about A, B, and C, then I shouldn't. You know what I'm saying? The fact that I have to be
well,
forced to pretend like I like A, B, and C just
when
because I
you
work for you is
no when
fuckery.
I know a couple of people that used to work with with ABC and NBC,
Mm,
and their hiring and vetting processes at the time, this is
hmm.
a couple of decades ago,
Of course.
were I can only imagine now, were
Exactly.
very like the interview process was very personable.
Hmm.
So you're about to be a public figure on a major network, and they want to make sure you're qualified, right? So
Of
you
course.
definitely, in any organization, even my organization, I want to hire like-minded people.
True.
We
True.
have to have the shared ideology. Yes, we can have those far left, far right views,
Mm,
but in the end, it's important to come into moderate into a middle ground
Mm-hmm.
and move forward. Like as I was saying before, Joy Reid, said, and why are white people so angry? Why are they so, just mean, and entitled? They have access to everything, and her view is, it's because they have access to everything and they see their lives where they're at right now. There's a lot of self-resentment, you see. So, and this all goes back to when this country was founded. It's what Peter Sachs, he's a political analyst, but not an analyst. He's a political science doctorate, and also I believe he's done some government work as well in certain administrations. I have to do more research on it. I'd love to get him on the podcast, because he says it. He says it. I love it when white. I can't stand calling them white people. They're European Americans. The reason why they call themselves white people is to separate themselves from Europe and to make themselves high above everyone else. You see, just to say it's simple. But they're European Americans, Polish, Bush, Irish, English, whatever. Okay, but they're European Americans, and they are so far removed from many are so far removed from the true reality that this country is becoming more and more diverse. It is no longer about your ideology. It is now about the good of the global majority, which is not my term. This term came from a sister that wrote a book, and I got to get her fucking information. So this is not my term, but when I heard that term, that pretty much wiped out all divisions. The good of the global majority. If we can find people, politicians and leaders that understand that concept,
yes,
we will be a better world for it. But I don't understand to this day. I played with these motherfuckers. We were kids together. We had great times. We really didn't want to have this racial shit that was going on when we became adults, but it's gotten worse. It's gotten worse. And that we are now in a full-on ideological class war.
Man, listen, the way things are, it's hard to, I guess, feel a certain way about it, because it's like, part of me says, one, yes, it's been underlining, it's been part of the fabric that we, the fabric of our lives, I should say.
Right.
But at the same time, a lot of people are, pointing their fingers at Orange Taco in the fucking White House, because it's like, since he got elected, it's all of a sudden more in our face. At least I feel like some people feel, but I also feel like, nah, it's always been there. He just kind of made it more freaking, socially.
Well, check this out.
More in our social media, but it's always been there.
I have been blessed to read a lot of history books, right? A lot. And I have to reread some and read the new ones that are out. I hear are amazing. But one thing I do see is history does repeat itself. In the 1820s and 30s, there was this huge nationalist movement. You ever see Gangs of New York?
Yes.
All right. So that was going on, and then into the Civil War. Then again, it happened 100 years later. the whole world went through a fascist, nationalist, ideological change, and it turned into World War I and World War II. Okay, now we're in 100 years later, and it's happening again. We go through this every 100 years because the previous 2 generations, that the generation that went through it is dead, and the generation that was raised by that generation did not have the how did I call it, the ideological fortitude to make sure the next generation understood, don't do this.
Right, right.
So that lesson wanes, so we repeat again. So that's what Peter Sachs was saying. You know, this country was formed by white elite merchants and people that wanted to get away from the Europe. They created a system where they abided by European laws that would sustain their new colonies, new growth, but at the same time, rape and pillage the native peoples that were here already and take the land, and create a slave system as well. Okay, so here we are, 250 years later. The ideology of white supremacy is stronger than ever due to the ignorance of the youth, which is the older millennials and Gen Z, who all have sit in front of their fucking computers for hours on end and are psychologically hypnotized to believe. Because I have to catch myself sometimes when I'm researching and then come to find out, fuck, this motherfucker was lying, or this story was told by too far right or too far left ideologies.
Exactly.
And it's so weird because it seems like I'm doing a segue into a commercial, but I'm definitely going to get a subscription at Ground News because a friend of mine has it, and I looked at it and saw how it worked, and I'm like, fuck yeah, I can use this, you know, because it's so much noise, and that you have to get to in order for you to get through that the noise, which is the lies, the bullshit, that the music is the actual truth. You can't hear the music, right? So what we need to do over the next 18 months is, on a political side, push for candidates that understand the good of the global majority, or at least the national majority.
Now, I gotta ask you: do you actually think that people out there are out there like that? Because my personal feeling on politics is that as soon as you put on that suit, as soon as you adorn that,
power corrupts. That's
you know what
a
I'm saying?
given. You have to find.
Flip.
I'm going to tell you.
They
Look,
turn into, you know what I'm saying,
look,
these representatives of whoever's putting the most money in their pockets.
well, let me
And
tell you,
it's like
that's why,
all of a
because,
sudden they're not for the people anymore. They're for themselves and their constituency.
well, to do that, we would need to, 1, set term limits, 2, abolish lobbying in Washington, D.C., abolish it. 3, politicians should be paid the average of what their constituents are being paid in their states. 4, we would need to set up get rid of campaign finance. Just get rid of it. There's no more. There are countries that are having elections
Exactly.
that are doing it. We need
That
to
right
get, we
there is
need to
where
get,
I think the
once you get,
corruption really goes in.
once you
Where
get,
the monies come in, because it's the money talk, bullshit walk. Hello.
right. Once you get the money out of politics, that's when the real work begins. And you know, but you see, it's human nature to cheat. It's human nature to break rules. It's human nature to bend the rules. It's human nature to go against those that, so, you know,
Facts.
like, for example, we in New York could give real good fucks about what's going on in the Midwest. Right?
Facts.
Because one, we're a blue state and we're California, New York. We pay for all the fucking shit. Oh yeah. California gave out $81 million in taxes. Okay. And they gave out more than what the federal government gave back.
Mm.
And the same for New York.
Okay.
We are the fucking economy
Mm-hmm.
in this
Yes.
motherfucker.
Yes, indeed.
The 2 billion that we're about to break in the cannabis industry, 2 billion in the cannabis industry alone.
Mm-hmm.
Other states salivate for, except for California.
Mm.
Okay, we have
Mhm.
industries in this state, okay, that our tax dollars pay for red states' welfare programs. And I don't have a problem with that.
Right,
But
definitely.
if you're going against my civil rights, I would, as a governor, I would be like, y'all ain't getting shit from me. You're not getting shit from the state of New York until this fucking coconut is out of the office. They're breaking every fucking law. And
Man, listen, but that's the thing.
it's gonna
Who
bite them
has
in the ass.
the testicular fortitude to go against Mr.
Oh,
Taco in the motherfucking White House?
no. You see, you all are thinking like he's gonna be there forever. As I said, in the 18 months, we have to get the vote out to ensure that people vote for candidates. I don't even give a fuck if they're Republicans at this point, but they need to vote for people that they feel safe will protect their communities. I want a redneck motherfucker that don't like me to still be able to eat and take care of his family. That's the difference between black people. That's the difference between melanated people and Europeans. We don't want to see you starve.
Basically.
We have Ubuntu. They
Basically.
don't have Ubuntu. Okay, look up Ubuntu. All right. They are soulless in many ways, not realizing it. And I love humanity. Don't get it twisted, but I'm being honest. I even saw it today in the supermarket, you know, that our own people, you see, we don't do business. We're not capitalists. People of color are not capitalists.
Facts.
Capitalism
Facts.
is a European construct that self-perpetuates what's the word I'm looking for? Look, capitalism is damn near like AI now. It works through efficiency. It works through. It needs to see order.
Word.
And in order to do that, it has to have control of the people that run that machine. Right? I barter. I got sponsors that instead of paying me money, they bought me equipment or got me to an event. Or actually, one sponsor helped me pay my Wi-Fi because I was hard up. Hey, you got a commercial on the motherfucker. You see, so I'm not going to come at you, especially at this time when we're about to go into, we're in stagflation and we're about to go into serious inflation. I am not going to fucking ask you for thousands of dollars, especially when you really need a return on your investment, right? I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to Europe. Can you cover the food for me? $30 a day. How long are you going to be there? I might be there a month, and they'll throw me the $1,000. There's my food and I won't even have to spend all that. You know what I
Right,
mean?
right.
So we don't.
Kai Storm in the building. Motherhood Sex Marijuana. Rolling Papers in the building. Motherhood Sex Marijuana. Merch in the building. If you're here, we thank you. And we most certainly appreciate you. But we want you to spread the word, tell a friend, subscribe, make sure and get yourself some rolling papers. And of course, if you want to sponsor an episode, if you want to be on an episode, if you have products you want to show us that we want to show the people, come through. You feel me? Motherhood Sex Marijuana Rolling Papers, merch, YouTube, subscribe, fight all the algorithms and let us get in. Yeah?
Do business like them. Okay, we are more community. We are more bringing people together and building. But we have been cock-blocked by every American law that you can think of. We're redlined in every industry. When you see a Black person go in with the same credentials, the same liquid assets, the same everything, and they're treated like whatever, well, then fuck you. Let's build our own.
And I definitely am big on building our own. And I'm definitely big on support. Now, I don't know how the support level is going for you. I could say that for us, we definitely have, gained support amongst our cannabis community when I go to different events and, connect with people. People definitely are, welcoming of said, whatever message I'm doing or whatever work we're doing. But when it comes to, I would say, like, family, you know what I mean? Friends and whatnot, you know what I'm saying? I definitely remember even just the other day, even making a post about that, it's so easy and so it just feels, willingly good for a stranger to what I'm saying, to come up and want to support what you're doing. But then, you have your own friends, your own family that will, be all up in your stories, checking all your posts on your page, but won't click like, won't share. You know what I'm saying? But they be the first ones to be up in some celebrities, comment box or whatever. And it's like, how is the support going for what you're doing for you? How's it going?
Let me give you a piece of advice about family, right? About this, right? My mom has several businesses. I'm actually quite embarrassed she hasn't even been on my podcast yet because she's literally got almost over 100 pages in Google.
Oh, wow.
No, like she's literally a library. She's written about 9 to 12 books. She's done 2 albums, traveled up 5 continents, done music festivals. But I think the main reason, and she's the one that inspired me to do this. Right? So, but I think the main reason is we all wore each other's welcome out as well. You see, like I'm just kind of reconnecting with my sister. And, like, I don't want to talk to you motherfuckers every day. I don't want to talk to people every day, to be honest. Right? But when you have your family, and it really depends on the years y'all were together, the environment, the household. We had a lot of change in my family. There was never anything consistent. Always moving. So when we finally, I came of age, it was like, and I moved out, it was like, I'm on my own. And it took a second to get away. But after that, I appreciated not being around them. Now, I could be up here promoting my mom's businesses as well, right? But why don't I? I don't know. I think it's because, one, although she's an awesome woman, an incredible talent, has so much to say, I talk to her every day already. I don't want to, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. I don't. And I'm not, I love her. That's my
Of course you
bud,
do.
right? But like, I don't know. I can't understand why. And I don't hold it against anyone. Like my daughters don't support me. I created 2 edibles for my oldest daughter in her name so she could sell them. So when we're ready to process this shit, right? But she didn't have the motivation, the ambition, blah, blah. She didn't understand the big picture. Well, that applies to me as well with my mom. I don't, and I still can't explain why. Right. But right. So I think also too, the best entrepreneurs I've met, small business.
Yes.
Their major rule was never hire family. Don't even involve them. Unless, and I met a farming fan, and these are farmers that I've met too, that say the same thing. The only reason why we work is because we trained these motherfuckers from day one.
Right.
You see? So you have to develop that environment as a parent to gain the support in business that way. And it does make me a little sad that one, I could have done better for her, but also too, if I'm not in it 100%, I told her this, if I'm not in it 100%, don't look for people that aren't in it for even your own family.
Word.
Right? I had, people, a team, this past year, and it just all seemed to fall apart from one deal. Right? Because a client took too long to pay. No problem. Right? But everyone looking at me like I'm the one holding up everything. And I'm like, yo, y'all know. But they don't look at the big picture.
Yes.
I brought you into a project that could have lasted till the end of the year. Right? Everyone would have been paid on time, especially after this debacle. But by the time we got to this third project, everybody had already I had to fire, let go, and then tell the other one, fuck off. Because I am also, I do everything. I will say my communication skills are weak sometimes like that. Because when it comes to like confrontation and shit, I withdraw.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna argue with you. Right. And if I know it and if I know something's gonna blow up, I'm gonna hold off on it because I gotta be prepared because I'm not good at arguing. Right. I just stand there, I'll just sit there, let you get it all out. I'll walk away and come back at you with my thoughts later.
Yes.
Right? Because I'm too old to have a shouting match.
A child.
Right? So
I want peace.
So I lost all my team because no one listened to one, the big vision. The mistakes I made were held against me, which were already rectified and done, but motherfuckers still hold on to that shit.
Of course.
And everyone still got paid but me.
Wow.
You see, so, and then that's what happens when you're dealing, see, white American, European Americans, they don't think like that. Okay, I will give them that. They know how to fucking run a business. When I look at these cult medium and large cultivation firms, they're
Mhm.
not black. They're not black. These are American Indian. They're white, American Indian, and Latinos.
Mhm.
All right. We're always at the
Yes.
bottom. We're always at the bottom.
Absolutely.
You know, and like it's again, I don't, you know, getting back, I think it's because we don't have that unifying force that, you know, European Americans have because they've had all the resources.
Mm.
They've had everything. And we would
Right.
have to struggle to build. Okay. So you know, excuse me, we have to get away from white people have got to get away from this ideology that they're so stuck on. And it's going to take several generations. We'll be long dead.
Definitely.
We'll be long dead. And it won't,
Definitely.
and it's going to happen either through some massive fucking global instinct thing. It's that's coming.
Mhm.
We can't be peaceful for 100 years.
Right.
You know, we always have to have, you know, that's why we got to get rid of capitalism. Capitalism breeds that. We have to,
Absolutely.
we have to you know, rein in the military industrial complex.
Mhm.
We have to focus on global education, global medicine, global
Mhm.
global warming, you know, build, make this planet a better place to live. How do we
Yes.
do that? Is through world leadership,
Mhm.
because we're no longer you know, we're global now.
Absolutely.
It's what George Bush once said. We're a new world order.
Mhm.
We're a new
Mhm.
world order, and I now have more faith in the United Nations than I have in my own government. Okay.
Absolutely. I can agree with that.
I think it was a Singaporean prime minister or one of the Southeast Asian prime ministers that said, look, motherfucker, we'll send 20,000 UN troops down there to Gaza to stop this shit if we have to. But they
Mm.
can't, they all have to do this together.
Right. Right.
So we have
Yes.
we have
Definitely.
over 150 countries now that recognize Palestine as a state.
Mm.
Okay. And they walked out on Netanyahu at the UN.
Mm.
Trump made a complete fucking fool of the American
Man, listen, he make
pol-
a complete fool of himself every single time he open his mouth. I swear to God, every single time. And that's the main thing that I feel like people are saying outside of this country. They probably, you know, they're looking at him as, I mean, I'm assuming that they're looking at him as a representation of America. And it's just like,
No,
what
I've
the
had to
fuck?
tell, no, I'm going to be honest with you. The world is seeing that our governments are a
Mm.
problem, the population.
Yes.
I had a lovely conversation with a German and this guy from Luxembourg. And they're like, they totally were awesome, actually. I'd like to think that they were sincere and honest in the conversation. But the people in Germany are pissed that their government is giving away money, like us. The only difference between them and us is that they have they have universal health care and a great social system.
Mhm.
All right. They're, you know, now France is about to start a fucking civil war because they're fucking with the austerity programs for their citizens. And it's only because they're losing their colonies. Burkina Faso, they lost billions. They're see, Europe is about to go through a major change. Africa is done. You are leaving. We have the resources, you're getting no more. by 2030, 2050, the African continent will have the youngest population on Earth.
Absolutely.
Right? So what's going to happen is two things. They work with Africa to keep the world going, or these fuckers are going to try to come and take everything Africa has, and we'll have our third world war. We're already are in a third world war.
Definitely.
We have
absolutely
too many conflicts. Sudan, Gaza, Yemen, fucking Libya, fucking just pick a fucking country. And it's all because of post-colonial policies from the early 1900s. Late 1800s to early 1900s. So, and now that these African leaders are woke and understand their worth in the global society, they're demanding a seat at the Security Council, 2 seats at the Security Council. Asian countries are demanding seats at the Security Council. It's no longer 1948.
Yes.
Step it up. Step it up.
Absolutely.
And it's what it is. It's time to put these motherfuckers in their place.
Exactly.
Okay, you could go make your money. You could do whatever the fuck you want to do, but you see, it doesn't work unless the masses, who are now a lot more educated.
Exactly.
Right? You need to, don't let the masses get involved. Look what happened in Nepal. You see, in Nepal, they had an overthrow. They were done. All from two prime ministers' children's posts. Oh yeah, they were posting, this motherfucker made a Christmas tree of Balenciaga bags and all this shit, and all of the lady, the young girl over here, and all the prime ministers and all the government officials are supposed to be making like so many a year, but they're living like millionaires. Those straight up. Now, they had already gotten rid of the monarchy. Then they brought in these politicians, these people, and they did the same fucking thing. So now they're like, you know what? We're going to let this old lady run it. And she's, I didn't get her name, but it was the youth that did that.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
And so what we need to do is, one, keep the youth. Let me tell you, don't underestimate them.
Absolutely not.
Don't underestimate them. Okay. These are some brilliant fucking kids, young people.
And not all of them are on some whine bullshit. There's some very much productive, very much want to see success from their life, successful with the things that they do and the things that they're involved in. Yes, definitely. And where does that come from? That comes from the parents that are, encouraging and putting those, those things in their head and in their future. Because I definitely spoke about this the other day, that, like certain government entities, when they're used to dealing with the parents that are lacking, that they, the ones that don't want to do PTA, the ones that don't care about what's going on with their kids, the ones that, partying all the time, like these entities, they're used to dealing with those type of parents. So when they, encounter someone who actually is about their business and is about their children's business and their children's education and their well-being, then, they're kind of taken aback, because then they're like, oh, you're not the regular that what I'm used to. You
I
actually give
used
a
to,
fuck.
you
Oh,
wouldn't
so
believe
now
it.
I gotta actually work and give you something because I
Yeah,
can't just throw you whatever because you give a fuck. Okay,
right,
okay. So let me approach this in a different way. Let me
and
handle you a little different because you actually are about substance. You know you come from
right. You see, and
substance
that
and you
by
about
you saying,
substance.
see, that's the thing right there, right? I like how you say that because
Mm-hmm.
you can't go to people, I don't care if you're white, black, whatever,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, and feel you're entitled to something, even when you are entitled to it.
Mm-hmm.
I've learned to present myself with, I need your help.
Right.
I know you're, you've gone through so much, probably the same thing. I always ask how their day is,
Mm-hmm.
when somebody is in that, right? And I've turned, I know people that didn't like people, white people that didn't like people of color at all. And they were like, wow, you made me really think differently about human beings.
Exactly.
But they need to understand, look, every fucking goddamn culture, because we're one race, by the way. We're
Uh-huh.
one race. So every culture and creed, religion, sex has dicks, pussies, and assholes. All
Well,
right. Right. And so you want to determine how you're going to act in a situation. Earlier today, I could have really gone off justifiably on someone in the supermarket. Instead, let me just take care of this and get the fuck out of here. I have my grandson with me.
mm-hmm.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
But it triggers me because I can't release it the way I wanted to release it. So
Right.
I have to pray and meditate and smoke some weed
And
and
definitely
just
smoke.
get it out. But humanity can be the most cruelest, but
Facts.
on the other side of the spectrum, funny as fuck.
Facts.
Like, I be looking at some of these reels and I'm like, it's literally like these people need to have their own show. I mean, like,
Uh-huh.
they are
Uh-huh.
funny as fuck. So we all have, I believe, like, capitalism retards that growth in society,
Mm,
keeping women in their place, people in their place, the elite up top, all that. We need to get rid of
mhm.
capitalism.
Yes,
Okay. Um,
definitely.
and also this, this in any group, this did you see, I wanted to ask you real quick, did you see uh the coverage of a beauty pageant where a black woman won, and yet all of the women that were non-black went to the second place lady and gave her, if you saw it, right?
No,
And
I didn't.
yeah,
Okay.
and then it showed true racial, overtones. And the a Malaysian lady was standing next to the winner, and um, she gave her a hug. So it showed a perception. But my daughter
Mm-hmm.
told me it was Miss America trans. Yeah. And
Oh,
I'm like, wait a minute. No, it wasn't. Not all them women up there were trans. No fucking way. No fucking way. No fucking way. Because
oh.
trans people don't act like that. They wouldn't act like that, right? These were women from different countries that
Mm,
didn't give this black woman her props for winning this thing,
absolutely.
right? when my daughter was fucking with me, they talk, oh no, that was a trans. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. That was no
Yeah,
trans.
no. Because if
Nah,
they
nah.
were trans, they would have all hugged regardless because they know because
Right,
just
right.
on in unison based on LGBTQIA
Yeah, I
all
don't
them
know.
letters.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? But
God damn. When I
no,
first,
that was
when,
definitely some racial shit.
yeah.
Absolutely. That was
So
definitely some racial shit. But and it's like and for that to be so blatant on TV, just you know what I mean? Like what the fuck?
you know, that tennis player being harassed by the opponent
Yes,
she beat.
yes, we saw that too.
It's
Yes.
on and on and on. These are
Hmm.
my generation teaching our kids to be this way.
Right.
Now, I told my daughters how to be. I said, you're not racist, you're
Mm,
prejudiced. You
mm,
see,
mm.
all right? And with prejudice, once you see and feel and talk and hear and everything, the
Yeah.
prejudice literally washes away. You
Hmm.
see, racism, I had to keep telling people, you know, my daughters too, you can't call that person a racist. They're prejudiced. Well, why, Daddy? Because they're one Mexican, and we're not in Mexico under their oppression.
Right.
We're in white
Exactly.
America.
Uh-huh.
They're coons, or what we will call house niggas, coons,
Definitely.
or I don't know what the term would be for a Latin person, but they are just misguided human beings that
Misguided
did
indeed.
not understand the situation they're in. There's
Mhm.
so many Latin people that are going through unbearable hardships because of the vote that they made.
Mhm. I mean,
All right.
and
So,
I mean, true, and that's the thing. It's like we at least anybody that was in that political, runaround, they definitely was telling people, you should vote this way, vote this way, vote this way. Now, me personally, you know what I mean?
well, but you see,
I don't
no,
even
but
like to get into the whole voting thing because I feel like I've said it on this
no,
podcast
Kai,
plenty of times that
right?
you go in that booth, you make a choice, but the electoral college in Florida, they done made your choice for you. So whatever choice you thought you made in that booth, and that's how I take
Well,
it. I take it exactly like that.
I think, you see, that's why we need to hold our political system more accountable.
Mhm.
So you see, because it was when Bush the second won, it was the first time I ever heard a president win an election not winning the popular vote.
Mm.
That's when I really started studying the Electoral College.
Mhm.
And the Electoral College back in the 60s was 90% white. Now they're down to 70, going close to 50.
Oh, okay.
That's why you see all of this turmoil, this
Mhm.
division. And the thing about it is, European Americans are so fucking gullible. You know, you could say a statement. I'm sorry. Let me rephrase that. Many European Americans are
Mm.
so gullible. Okay, and they're intelligent. They don't even take the time to research and read whatever. They just want to stick to their guns. And this is the left and
Exactly.
the right, the left and the right.
Mhm.
And I like a person who is sitting there quiet, listening to both sides, then go get the information, then come back
Mhm.
with that information, which is the facts. And if
Right.
you're fucking arguing the facts, I don't speak to anyone from Israel. I don't speak to Zionists. I don't speak to people that are for Israel. I've turned down a lot of money this year from Zionist companies in the industry who I refuse to do business with because you're committing a genocide. But my family's there, this, that. I'm like, dude, do you know, I can guarantee you 80% of the Israeli population, because they have a youthful population, don't know anything about the Balfour Declaration.
Wow.
The Balfour Declaration was made after World War I to divide up the Middle East. And it was just between France, England, a couple other European countries, and it was just a fucking disaster. And nobody wanted these Zionist Jews in their country. Nobody wanted Jews in their country. So the idea of finding a state happened then in the late and first really started in 1800s with Theodor Herzl, who was the theological founder of Zionism, which is basically Nazism. It's a fascist right-wing movement. Ideology has nothing to do with religion. Nothing. Okay. They use religion as America is trying to do here. They use it successfully over there. You see, us against them. The Bible says we're the chosen. I looked at this one man. I said, where are your people from? Poland. You are not Jewish, sir.
Okay.
You're not a Jew. A Jew is a melanated person. A Jewish person is European. And you have no geological claim, ancestral claim to the Middle East. None. You're from the Caucasus Mountains, dude. Your people are from over there. We've already proved that. It's in your DNA. Go take a DNA test.
Exactly.
And you're not allowed in Israel to take a DNA test.
Oh shit. Oh shit.
It's against the law. Because they'll all find out. They'll all find out that they're Eastern European or from somewhere else. So, what is it? Is it Ashkenazi? I get dyslexia, so bear with me.
Oh no problem.
There are many different forms of Jewishness, but the top two are Ashkenazi and Sephardic.
Oh, okay.
Right? Now I can go online and find all this. One of them went to Europe, the other one went to North Africa. Right? They all kind of share the same type of food, but it's blended differently with the regions that they lived in.
Right.
For example. But the ideology of Zionism came from European Jews. It has nothing to do with religion. So I don't work with people that are into genocide and into open-air prisons and into
as you should,
into you know, but what I'm saying is that there are Jewish people who aren't Zionist and they hate them. Hasidics hate the Zionists. They've been told in their history that they're to roam the planet forever. That's it. They're not allowed to have a state.
Wow.
Right. So now we're dealing with all this political upheaval. It's also happening in the cannabis industry. Many people have licenses that don't even know they're getting in business with Zionists and right-wingers. And if you're a melanated person of color, or a melanated person or a person of color, you know, you're not going to get the same business deal that they would give to their own.
Absolutely. That makes sense.
So, don't, you know, we have spending power now. We have political power. We have culture power. We have power. But we have power. And we need to get rid of. Another thing is Hollywood. Hollywood needs to go. You know,
Child,
all that power structure there needs to
we already
change.
know Hollywood is one of the entities that they definitely need a overhaul in so many ways. But I wanted to go ahead and ask you about your next event. Like you were talking about, you do events. Like when is your next event and what is it?
Well, right now we're at the end of the year. We're
Mhm.
just finishing up post-production on podcasts. Our next
Yeah.
event I would love to do in January for my birthday, but because I'm going to be in Europe,
Uh-huh.
I'm planning. I won't be doing an event until March.
Okay.
I don't do events during the winter.
I feel you. I feel
I
you. I hate
tried
winter my
it.
damn self.
I tried it. I did it for 2 years, and it's just too much.
Hmm.
Um, but I focus between March through October.
Mm.
And we will be having the New York State Can of Farms tour beginning in late April. We will be having the Elevate Innovate event, which is a networking event that introduces licensee card holders to the cannabis industry.
Hmm.
People that need to meet, any ancillary businesses, retailers, think of Revelry, but really on a very, very small scale.
Okay.
And also just getting out there. I gotta, schedule interviews for next year, get some names, buy more equipment,
Hmm.
funding, hire a new team,
Yeah.
and work with other organizations like Saida Abraham, Silver Serenities, Liz Quinn, Liz Lights Up. They both have this 50 plus uh, uh, organization where people in cannabis 50 and over can uh, come and be in a safe space and smoke and learn, educate.
Nice.
Liz is in Jersey. Sayuda's here in New York. And everything's in planning for 2026. Right now, the next event is Hall of Flowers. Then I'm going upstate. No, well, I'm going upstate to do a chicken run. You know what a chicken run is?
A chicken run.
Yeah, that's when
No,
farmers, that's when
that.
it's at the end of the season when winter comes, that's when the farmers that have large chicken coops destroy all the chickens. So yeah, we're gonna have some poultry. I'll bring you back a hen.
Oh
Yeah,
shit. Okay.
yeah, we're gonna go up there. It's gonna be a chicken holocaust.
Oh my goodness. Wow. Okay, that definitely
Right.
sounds interesting.
So
Absolutely. I
then
don't
I'm
know if
hanging
I
out.
could have the stomach for it. My stomach is already like, wait a minute, I don't know how that sounds. I don't like it. I don't know.
Oh, please, how you girl, please stop. And then you'll be all right once you bread and fry it and marinate it and bread it and fry it and
Oh
cook it.
yeah. That's the part I'll enjoy. But the beginning part, I'll be like, yeah, I'm gonna go sit over there. And y'all just call me yeah,
Yeah,
you call me when
yeah,
all of that finished, because I can't. You call
right.
me when all of that finished, because I can't.
Yeah, so I'm also visiting a hemp farm in the Adirondacks the first weekend in
Okay.
October. Then we have Hall of Flowers, and then new episodes of the podcast coming out at the end of the month in October. Um, and then we have MJ Biz in December. So
Mm,
yeah, and I'm
definitely.
just looking to get out there and just have some fun. Have
Yeah, it
some real
definitely
fun.
sounds like you're out there, you're getting out there, you're having fun, and that's the point. And that's what I love about my job as far as being with this podcast, because it's like it's work, but it's not work because it's something I enjoy, and it's definitely under the subject matter that I talk about on a regular basis. But now I'm actually talking to other people about it. But yes,
Right. Yeah.
definitely.
I mean, it's doing these podcasts helps. It's also therapy for me too. I'm able to, express, my views on some things in an eloquent manner. And when I did my first podcast, I was a little bit too way out, and my mom said stop cursing. So I said 4 curse words. I think I did good. But
Man, listen, look here.
but it's
I think
you know
expressing your feeling with a curse word or two
oh
makes
but
what you're saying actually valid. The
I
fuck?
will I will say the one thing we do have to focus on, especially in the city of New York, is the mayoral race.
Mm,
Um, Adams dropped out. So Zoran is a shoo-in as long as everyone gets there to vote.
right.
We don't want a political sex predator as a mayor.
Mm,
Um, we don't want to deal with the status quo anymore. It's time for change.
it's
And
time for change.
his change is quite affordable across the board.
Mm-hmm.
So, for all of you, out there, if you're not registered to vote, go register. Very easy. And at the same time, make sure you vote for Zoran Mamdani. I mean, this young man has really uh, made uh, uh, an impact, a very positive impression. And
Okay.
he reminds me of how um, the energy of JFK. Um, he could be the next Fiorello LaGuardia.
Nice.
The young man has a lot going. His mother directed Mississippi Marsala.
Oh, heard? Okay.
Yeah,
Okay, cool.
yeah, she directed Mississippi Marsala, so that was very interesting.
Right.
But yeah, it's just time for new blood in politics. Let the young people go. The old people, it's time for them to go retire.
Well,
We definitely need term limits again, abolish lobbying. Um, Politicians need to be paid what their constituents are being paid per state. We need to, hold our politicians accountable.
mm,
We as a community have that power.
definitely.
And like we need to get rid of Chuck Schumer and Hakeem Jeffries because of their lack of support for Mamdani in the
Mm,
biggest city in the world. I mean, in the country, and one of the greatest cities in the world. And we need new leadership,
absolutely.
grassroots
Absolutely.
leadership, that people that live and work in the communities.
Yes.
And although power corrupts,
Mhm.
again, it's up to us as citizens of this country to
Absolutely.
hold these people accountable. That's why we have laws, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And midterms, the midterms
Mhm.
next year, the midterms.
Yes.
So
I think this is definitely. I think this is definitely a great moment to end the podcast here or end this episode here. I definitely want to give you the last 5 minutes to give your last words and definitely promote your social media, your website,
well,
everything, because we'll definitely include that on in the description when we post this on YouTube in 2 weeks. I'll be sending you the link, and yeah,
thank
so
you.
yeah, go
Yeah.
right ahead.
Well, you can find the OG Social Network podcast on IG at the OG Social Network podcast. Also the ogsocialnetwork.com. We do have our Patreon membership at the OG Social Network podcast as well. I am on LinkedIn. We are getting the Can of Farms tour, New York State Can of Farms tour, ready for next year. We are seeking sponsorships primarily for transportation. That's one of our biggest costs is the transportation. We're working to always be advocates and activists in this industry, not just in cannabis, but in American politics and culture and everything. I'm pretty much meshed, in this in my country. So, and you know, I'm just here to promote you all and have fun. The podcast has helped this OG, you know, find purpose. The marijuana industry helped me find purpose. One thing that I did want to mention was that the Cannabis Justice Equity Initiative, that's Terrence Coffey and Jamil Myrie's organization, are putting together a cohort in collaboration with Lehman University, my alma mater, and OCM has approved it. The state has approved it. I have my two sponsors, Produce 420 and Myers Security, will be teaching security and technology in the cannabis culture. These are trades that have very low labor, and you can learn CCTV security with Myers Security, and how to work ERP systems and POS systems with Produce 420. So my two sponsors were able to connect with them, and these cohorts should start in 2026. They will be online, some in person, but they will be online, and some field training. And you'll go through an application process if you're interested. When we're ready, we'll get all that out. But yeah, that's going on. And other than that, I just can't wait to go to Europe, really, to be honest with you. I'm going to Spain.
I could imagine, you know what I'm saying? Because it definitely sounds like a well-needed rest, a great vacation, probably most likely that you've planned and curated. So, you know what I mean? Definitely want to see you enjoy that, and
Oh yeah.
absolutely want to be, you know, kept abreast of all your future endeavors. Now since you appeared on our podcast, you are now our family. So
Thank
anything
you.
going on with you, anything that you want to update us on, or if you want to advertise something on our podcast, hell yeah, you just hit me
Same
up,
here.
and
Same
I
here.
got you.
Same here. You're definitely
I
invited. We're
got
gonna have
you.
we will do ours in October. All right, with your
Okay,
co-host. Okay, I definitely
nice.
want to do it. I like this. This was very nice. But I do know that you know, again, everybody get out there and vote. Only handle what you can handle. And as you know, as my you know, saying goes, just relax, relate, and release, you know, and
Word.
you'll be okay.
Relax, relate,
Everything will be
release,
good. So,
and everything will be good. Yes.
yeah. So it's other than that, I appreciate you having me on. It
Oh,
was a good one.
absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely. I appreciate you taking the time to be on our podcast. And yes, like I said, once I drop the link on YouTube, I'll make sure and email it to you. And shit, it was a great conversation, sir.
Yeah, God bless.
Definitely.
Yeah. Listen, yeah, reach out to Hall of Flowers, you know, and definitely, you know, they
Yeah, I'm
definitely
gonna
will
look
probably
them
want
up
more.
as soon as I can. Yeah,
Yeah.
because I definitely would love to go to that. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll be there for 2 days, so we're gonna go check that out. That's our next one. That's pretty much gonna be my last event, is Hall of Flowers, and maybe a couple
Okay.
more, a podcast with you and maybe 3 other people.
Nice.
Then after that, October 31st, I'm done. It's
I feel
over.
it. I
Yeah,
feel it.
it's
You ready
sitting.
for relax, relate, release. That's what we ready
Yeah,
for.
that's right. Yeah, I'm gonna use November to, you know, just do post-production, December to celebrate the end of the year with my family, and then get on a plane, hopefully, and be in Spain by January 5th or 6th. So we'll see.
Nice.
Yeah, we'll see.
Nice.
Yeah.
Shoot, I'm looking forward to it like I'm going.
Hey, I know it's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
It's going to be
So
great. Yes, indeed.
yeah.
Well, thank you, King. We definitely appreciate you on Motherhood Sex Marijuana. And shit, yes, that's how we end the show. Motherhood Sex Marijuana in the motherfucking building with, yes, the OG social, wait, is it OG Social Media Podcast?
No, it's the OG Social Network
Social
Podcast.
Network. See, hello, even when I'm not high, I'm messing up shit
No,
because
let me tell you. Wait,
the
so
residue. The residue.
I was on mushrooms when I came up with that name, right?
A word?
Right. So when I finally sobered up, like 2 days later, I'm like, oh fuck, that's a long name, and I done already created all these fucking brand banners, and then already posted and told everybody about it. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. I like it. You know, the OG social network, you know. So
Man, listen. Oh, yes, indeed. Well, thank you
and I
again.
forgot. I do
Huh?
want to say one other thing too.
What?
I'll be doing like restaurant and eatery reviews.
Ooh,
That'll be
okay.
coming out next year. We're going to be visiting a lot of places, getting content, and then sending it out in the new year. So we'll be hitting
Yeah,
like
because
all
that
of New York.
definitely is. I would say that is very much needed on this end because I've
Yeah,
been hearing that they do that a lot down south in Atlanta and whatnot. Why not do it out here?
yeah. It's I'm going to be doing it primarily for smaller businesses and people
Mm,
that have that unique flair. Sometimes
yeah,
I'll hear about a place from another
yeah.
podcaster and I'll go there and back it up. You know, so I'm going to a couple of places, you know, that I just wanted to let everyone know, but we'll have it all listed, ready to go for you.
Awesome, awesome. And on that note,
It's
motherhood,
gonna, yeah,
sex, marijuana in the motherfucking building. Yes, indeed. Thank you, King.
anytime, my love. Thank you. It
You
was a
have a good
pleasure.
night.
You too.
All right now.